Hello, welcome to Recalibrate Your Brain TV series. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be launching this today. This is the very first one of a long series of recalibrating your brain. So today, what is the purpose of it? The purpose of it is this. I want you to acknowledge how well you are doing. You're doing it incredibly well. But the thing is, we need to tweak sometimes. We need to recalibrate those small recalibrations just to make actually what is huge steps forward, small recalibrations. Now, I work with CEOs and COOs who are incredibly busy. They haven't got time to take on new ideas or new ways of doing things, but they also know extremely well that change is coming fast and furious all of the time. So they do need to acknowledge things need to be done. So what we do is we work together to smoothly recalibrate so that it doesn't interfere with their day job, which is essential for them. So basically, I empower you to empower others. Why me? I've owned 3 businesses. I'm a neuroscientist and a business psychologist, and that's a very powerful combination. So together we do make some really good inroads. So what are we doing today? Today we are going to talk about recalibrate to motivate. Why that? Because I have been working with a client recently who's been quite enlightening. She is a COO who is really, really worried about the escalating costs of hiring and organizational finances. They're growing fast. So it's essential that she actually retains good people. Now, to retain good people, we need to build relationships with them. We have to, otherwise it's not going to happen. And how we build relationships is we need to get to our key people, the ones we really want to hold on to get us through this journey. We need to work out maybe what it's like from their perspective. What is it like? Where do they want to be in 5 years' time? Where do they want to be? Have they got any family issues? Can the organization help them? We need to understand where they're coming from. We need to know how to motivate them. We need to understand a little bit of what it's like to be them. We won't know what it's exactly like to be them. We can't. But we need to know a little bit so that we can support them. We need to have those conversations in order to really keep our best people. So how do we motivate? There are 2 ways that we can motivate that I'm going to talk about now. One is extrinsic motivation. You know, that's the external motivators like bonuses, cars, holidays, those external things that you can offer people to motivate them even more. But research does show that that type of motivation does not necessarily last as long as you would like. The more robust motivation is intrinsic motivations, those internal things, those things that make us seek out challenges, those things that make us curious, those things that make us want to learn and grow and develop, those things where we want to master new skills. Now that's far more robust. And is very much linked with the brain's reward system. And of course, it will maintain attention far more than extrinsic motivation. One of the greatest contributors on this area is Professor Panksepp. He's a neuroscientist and psychologist, a man who has done an enormous amount of work, especially in the field of affective neuroscience, which is a term he coined himself. Affective neuroscience is about the brain and emotions. And what Panksepp talks about is something called the seeking system. The seeking system, he says, is innate. It is there to keep us in a state of exploration. It is there to keep us in a state of wanting to learn and develop. If you care to look him up a bit more, you will find him everywhere. He's written an enormous amount. So how are we going to make this information useful to us? How are we going to motivate our people more, recalibrate them and recalibrate ourselves to recalibrate them, to motivate them more with intrinsic motivation? Well, of course, there's got to be a conversation. That conversation as to what is their perspective on everything. The conversation is, where is the organization going? We need to respect the person and their intellect. We need to respect them so that we can draw out to them by giving them the whole picture of the organization. Where is it going? Where do we want to be? Where's the organization going? 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, 1 year, next week? Where is it going? And where is it that they fit in? Where do they fit? Where is their value? Where do they fit into the grand scheme of things? Respect them. And of course, we've got to make sure that they've got the resources they need to get the job done. But here's the secret sauce. When you're having this conversation, enjoy it. Enjoy learning about them. Enjoy sharing ideas. Enjoy finding out what their ideas are, because they've got choices and they will take them. So find out what their choices are. Explore the options available. Explore all of that. Enjoy the process of being with them. But please don't suffocate them. Let them get on with it. But if you are going to do that, you've given them the power to get on with it. They feel valued. They feel valid. They are now far more motivated to stay with the organization. But it's not over yet. Recalibration means small tweaks. That means you have to keep checking in. Don't just leave them think, oh, job done, move on. No, actually check in now and again. How's it going? Do you want that coffee? Where are we going with it? Find the feedback. What's happening? Did it work? Didn't it work? Yeah, let's tweak it. Remember, failure is a learning curve. I know that's a cliche, but it is. So don't make people feel bad. Empower them to actually want to stay working with you. That's what I do. I talk about recalibration, and today was about recalibrate to motivate. Next week, we go on to something else. I hope you join me. But meanwhile, if you want to know more, this is my details. I'd love you to pop over to my website and see what goes on. And I'd love you to email me. It'd be really good to hear from you. Thank you for listening. See you next week.